Welcome back to PC Police Chase. Buckle up because what you're about to witness are real police pursuits. If you're ready, let's begin right now. At approximately 9:50 a.m. on the 11th of September 2025, the Arkansas State Police, working alongside law enforcement agencies from Oklahoma, pursued a newer model Jeep Wrangler bearing Georgia license plates that was connected to a counterfeit money investigation. The SUV sped eastbound along Interstate 40 at speeds ranging from 95 to 120 miles per hour as the suspect attempted to evade federal authorities.
I won't be there in time. You to the front, so just behind you, second. Got him. Murphy got it, but still got out. Not fully.
The pursuit continued from Interstate 40 onto southbound Interstate 540 through the Fort Smith area. Throughout the chase, the driver aggressively weaved around other vehicles at extremely high speeds and displayed highly reckless driving behavior. After an initial TVI maneuver failed to disable the vehicle, troopers stayed close behind as the pursuit crossed the Arkansas River Bridge. There, a second decisive TVI maneuver caused the Jeep to spin multiple times, slam violently into the concrete median, and roll onto its side before sliding across several lanes and finally coming to rest against the right side barrier. After the rollover crash, the suspect, Maurice A. Gonzalez, still refused to comply with commands and repeatedly kept his hands near his waistband, causing officers to believe the situation posed a potential armed threat. Law enforcement ultimately deployed a conducted energy weapon, CEW, to subdue the suspect before successfully placing him in handcuffs at the scene. A search of the Jeep Wrangler led officers to recover methamphetamine, marijuana, digital scales, and multiple items of drug paraphernalia. Maurice A. Gonzalez was later transported to Mercy Hospital for treatment of minor injuries before being booked into the Crawford County Jail. The suspect now faces numerous serious charges, including fleeing by vehicle in a manner that endangered human life, possession of methamphetamine and marijuana, possession of drug paraphernalia, resisting arrest, first-degree reckless driving, driving on a suspended license, failure to maintain insurance, and operating an unregistered vehicle. The incident demonstrates how an investigation, initially tied to counterfeit currency, can rapidly escalate into an extremely high-speed pursuit with deadly risks along a major interstate highway. On the 28th of April, 2026, in Hope, Hempstead County, Arkansas, Trooper Adrian Colvin of the Arkansas State Police conducted a traffic stop on a 2005 Mercury Grand Marquis near Highway 29 for displaying a fictitious license plate and committing traffic violations. The driver initially appeared cooperative and claimed the vehicle had only recently been purchased, but just moments later, the suspect suddenly accelerated away from the stop and fled the scene. The pursuit quickly escalated as the Mercury reached speeds approaching 100 miles per hour through city streets, residential neighborhoods, and rural back roads. During the escape, the suspect repeatedly crossed double yellow lines, passed vehicles in no passing zones, ignored stop signs, and blasted through multiple intersections without slowing down. The Grand Marquis also raced across railroad tracks and accelerated over narrow bridges, creating an extreme collision risk for other motorists traveling through the area. After a prolonged pursuit stretching from the city into rural areas, the Mercury Grand Marquis eventually lost control and veered off the roadway along a remote back road. Law enforcement units quickly moved in on the scene and brought the pursuit to an end without any injuries to surrounding civilians. The suspect is now facing numerous serious charges, including fleeing by vehicle, reckless driving, displaying a fictitious license plate, failure to maintain liability insurance, speeding, illegal passing, failure to obey stop signs and traffic signals, and failure to wear a seatbelt. The case file is currently being finalized by the Arkansas State Police in Hempstead County. The incident demonstrates how a seemingly minor traffic violation can rapidly escalate into an extremely dangerous high-speed pursuit across both city streets and rural roadways. At approximately 9:22 p.m. on the 3rd of May 2026, in Garland County, Arkansas, Trooper Mason Robinson of the Arkansas State Police attempted to stop a white Ford Mustang for a traffic violation. However, the moment the driver noticed the emergency lights, he immediately accelerated away, triggering a high-speed pursuit through the area near Hot Springs. The pursuit unfolded under dangerous nighttime conditions along narrow, rural roads filled with sharp curves and limited visibility. The Mustang repeatedly accelerated, weaved through intersections, and attempted to use the winding back roads to shake pursuing officers. Over the radio, multiple law enforcement units coordinated closely to close the distance and determine a safe strategy to stop the vehicle as the suspect continued driving deeper into residential areas. After several tense minutes of pursuit, law enforcement units ultimately succeeded in stopping the Ford Mustang and taking the driver into custody without any injuries to surrounding civilians. The entire incident was clearly captured on police dashcam footage throughout the nighttime chase.
As long as you don't move, as long as you don't move, we're gonna be good. As long as you don't move, we're gonna be good. You face down. Okay, you face down. Sit up now. Face down. Okay. You take your head up and move. Nope. Please, man. Nope. I'm not moving up, bro. Okay.
The driver is now facing multiple serious charges, including fleeing by vehicle, reckless driving, excessive speeding, failure to yield to an emergency vehicle, and several other traffic-related offenses connected to endangering the public. The case file is currently being finalized by the Arkansas State Police in Garland County. At approximately 1:48 p.m. on the 3rd of November 2025, in Howard County, Arkansas, an Arkansas State Police trooper spotted a 2005 Chevrolet Suburban committing traffic violations after making an abrupt turn without signaling and operating with defective brake lights. When the trooper activated emergency lights and sirens to initiate a traffic stop, the driver ignored the commands and fled the scene. The pursuit quickly shifted from Highway 26 onto Center Road, a narrow, rural gravel roadway covered in dust and loose terrain. There, the suspect accelerated to nearly 80 miles per hour, roughly double the posted speed limit. Troopers attempted 2 separate TVI maneuvers on the gravel surface, but both efforts were unsuccessful due to the difficult road conditions and the driver's constant erratic steering maneuvers to resist being stopped. It was not until the Suburban returned to Highway 26 that troopers successfully executed a third TVI maneuver, causing the vehicle to lose control and become completely disabled.
Come on, Brad. Pastor, get up. Everybody else, Brad. Come over here. Get on, Brad.
After the Chevrolet came to a stop, the driver complied with officers and surrendered without further resistance. The suspect was later identified as John Morris, born in 1965. The entire pursuit, including all 3 TVI attempts, was fully captured in detail on law enforcement dashcam footage. A records check later revealed that John Morris had an active warrant connected to a probation violation out of the state of Missouri. Morris was transported to the Howard County Jail and now faces charges including felony fleeing by vehicle due to excessive speeding, an out-of-state probation violation, and multiple traffic and equipment-related offenses involving vehicle signals and safety equipment. The incident demonstrates how even seemingly minor violations involving traffic signals and vehicle equipment can quickly escalate into a dangerous pursuit along rural roadways. At approximately 4:38 a.m. on the 7th of November 2024 in Riviera Beach, Florida, Officer Alston spotted a yellow Buick Century displaying a suspicious temporary tag. After checking the system and confirming that the tag was not properly registered, law enforcement attempted to initiate a traffic stop, but the driver immediately accelerated away and fled the scene. The pursuit quickly escalated as the Buick sped through residential neighborhoods at speeds reaching 83 miles per hour in areas posted between 25 and 40 miles per hour. The suspect repeatedly ignored stop signs and drove recklessly through multiple crowded residential intersections. Recognizing the serious danger posed to the community, Officer Alston decided to deploy a pit maneuver, causing the Buick to lose control and crash violently into a tree along South Boulevard. Immediately after the crash, both the driver and passenger were detained by law enforcement at the scene. The driver was identified as Jacob Williams, while passenger Sherrod Roll was later released after cooperating with officers. Williams suffered injuries to his left rib area and was transported to St. Mary's Medical Center for treatment before being taken into custody. Further investigation revealed that Jacob Williams was driving with an expired and suspended driver's license. A search of the vehicle and the suspect's clothing led officers to recover marijuana, crack cocaine, and powdered cocaine. Williams is now facing multiple serious charges, including fleeing and eluding law enforcement, possession of multiple narcotics, displaying a fraudulent license plate, reckless driving, driving with a suspended license, and operating an improperly registered vehicle. The case file is currently being finalized by law enforcement agencies in Palm Beach County, Florida. On the 10th of August, 2025, law enforcement officers responded to an illegal street takeover gathering in the South Park Circle area. As vehicles began fleeing the scene, officers identified a gray Acura driven by Michael Sanchez rapidly exiting a parking lot. When police activated their emergency lights to intervene, the Acura, along with several other vehicles, nearly collided with patrol units. In an attempt to escape, Sanchez repeatedly engaged in extremely dangerous driving behavior, including crossing medians, driving into oncoming traffic lanes, and nearly causing head-on collisions with other vehicles. The Acura later sped onto John Young Parkway with its headlights turned off in an effort to avoid detection, while also running multiple red lights through heavily traveled intersections. A records check quickly revealed that the vehicle's registration had expired in July 2025, and that the registration decal displayed on the Acura was fraudulent, while the license plate itself was actually registered to a different vehicle. Following the pursuit, Michael Sanchez was successfully apprehended and taken into custody by law enforcement. During questioning, Sanchez stated that he panicked amid the chaotic scene and simply fled alongside the other vehicles without fully understanding what was happening around him.
Hands, both hands, let's see your hands. Don't tell us to chill. Now look out. Now look out. No, come on, come on, come on, car, I promise. I promise. I'm not like that. I'm not like that. Sorry. You're not like that. You just better one. You gotta get over there. Let me man. I'm not like that.
Michael Sanchez is now facing multiple serious charges, including fleeing law enforcement, reckless driving, and possession of fraudulent vehicle registration documents. The case file is currently being finalized by local authorities following the illegal street takeover incident at South Park Circle. At 12:23 a.m. on the 28th of December 2024, along Independence Highway, a police officer spotted a silver 2014 Chevrolet Impala traveling 83 miles per hour in a 45 miles per hour zone. When law enforcement attempted to initiate a traffic stop, the driver refused to comply and continued weaving through traffic while making several suspicious movements around his waistband, raising concerns that the suspect might be carrying a weapon or illegal contraband.
Pull over. If you don't stop, I'm gonna hit you.
The situation escalated rapidly when the officer closed the distance and observed a dark metallic object resembling a gun barrel pointed toward the patrol vehicle. To prevent a potential armed attack, the officer initiated contact in an attempt to force the Impala toward the shoulder. Despite the maneuver, the suspect continued accelerating and refused to stop until law enforcement successfully executed a pit maneuver near the West Monroe intersection, causing the Chevrolet to lose control and become completely disabled.
Let me know. Show your hands. You're not listening. Shut the car off. Shut the car off. Do it now. Do it now. Look straight ahead. Do not look at me. Do not look at me. Shut that car off. It better be off. It better be off. Keep your hands out that window. Keep your hands out the window all the way. Put your hands down. Don't do anything else. Look straight ahead. Don't look at me. Do not look at me. Hey, I can't see that car. Right there. Do not move. Do not move. Yeah. I'm gonna take it up.
After the vehicle came to a stop, the driver, Brian Lee McIntyre, was subdued and taken into custody. During a search of the Impala, officers discovered a Taurus 9mm handgun beneath the driver's seat, along with a grinder containing marijuana residue and additional drug paraphernalia. Although McIntyre claimed that the object officers saw was merely a liquor bottle, investigators later determined that the bottle was located inside the trunk and could not have been accessed from the driver's seat position.
Okay, I shouldn't even be back here.
A records check revealed that Brian Lee McIntyre's driver's license had been suspended since the 17th of December 2024. The suspect is now facing multiple serious charges, including fleeing law enforcement, unlawful possession of a firearm, possession of narcotics and drug paraphernalia, and driving with a suspended license. The case file is currently being finalized by authorities following the tense pursuit and pit maneuver along Independence Highway. At approximately 1:49 a.m. on the 13th of October 2023, units from the Florida Highway Patrol, FHP, received notification from the Broward County Sheriff's Office regarding a stolen white Toyota Prius traveling northbound on Interstate 95. With support from an aviation unit tracking the vehicle from above, law enforcement quickly organized a coordinated pursuit as the stolen car entered Palm Beach County. The pursuit unfolded along Interstate 95 during the late-night hours as the driver of the Toyota Prius repeatedly accelerated in an attempt to widen the gap from pursuing patrol units. Florida Highway Patrol troopers were forced to maintain a controlled pursuit formation and constantly adjust their positioning to minimize the danger to civilian motorists traveling on the interstate. Throughout the chase, the suspect remained defiant and showed no intention of stopping despite repeated commands from law enforcement to pull over. After several minutes of pursuit along Interstate 95, Florida Highway Patrol units ultimately succeeded in stopping the stolen Toyota Prius. The driver was quickly approached, subdued, and taken into custody at the scene without any additional serious collisions or injuries. The suspect is currently under investigation for charges related to operating a stolen vehicle and fleeing from law enforcement. The case is being handled by Florida Highway Patrol units operating in the Broward and Palm Beach County areas, highlighting how a single decision to flee on the interstate can quickly escalate into a dangerous nighttime pursuit. At approximately 8:59 p.m. on the 15th of January 2025, in Mount Dora, Florida, Sergeant B. Riley of the Florida Highway Patrol, FHP, spotted a gray pickup truck traveling 85 miles per hour in a 50 miles per hour zone along Highway 441. When the trooper activated emergency lights to initiate a traffic stop, the driver immediately accelerated away, reaching speeds exceeding 110 miles per hour. During the pursuit, the pickup truck repeatedly ran red lights and narrowly avoided, causing several serious crashes along the roadway. Recognizing the escalating danger to the public, Sergeant Riley decided to deploy a pit maneuver to bring the pursuit to an end. The tactical intervention caused the pickup truck to lose control and roll over along the roadside. The suspect then attempted to crawl out of the overturned vehicle and flee on foot up a nearby hill, but officers quickly chased him down and took him into custody. The suspect was later identified as Corey Michael Wakefield. During the arrest, Wakefield repeatedly provided officers with the false name Tyler Trapp in an attempt to mislead investigators, but law enforcement quickly confirmed that the real Tyler Trapp was already incarcerated at the time. Wakefield also attempted to shift blame onto another individual named Cortland Balmer, but those claims were dismissed after investigators verified the information. The investigation revealed that the pickup truck had been stolen out of Lake County. During a search of Wakefield, officers recovered narcotics, cash, and fraudulent identification documents. Records also showed that his driver's license had been revoked since 2022 and that he was wanted in the state of Maryland. After receiving treatment for injuries at a hospital, Corey Michael Wakefield was taken into custody and booked on charges including grand theft of a motor vehicle, fleeing and eluding law enforcement with disregard for public safety, reckless driving, drug possession, providing false information to law enforcement, and driving with a revoked license. The pickup truck was a stolen vehicle. The suspect was identified as Corey Michael Wakefield.